What's good? It's your host, Philly Fell, and I'm here to talk that talk. And today, I want to talk about the Eagles free agency, the offseason, and where we should go from here, man, when it comes to these players that's coming and going. Y'all already know, y'all seen that big play Slay was cut this week, and that was going to save a lot of money on the cap. Even though we're going to miss him, he's a great veteran leader. He made a lot of big plays, as his nickname would say, in his 5-year career with the Eagles, man, including a Super Bowl championship. We appreciate him and we love big play Slay, but I think it was time for him to go. We got young guys that's ready to come step in, man. Yeah, we got Quinyon Mitchell on the other side who was starting and was arguably defensive rookie of the year this year. He got robbed by Rams Jared Verse, in my opinion. But we got some young guys that's ready to go, and that's going to be better on the cap hit with these other players we got to sign and these other moves we got to make with this salary cap money, man. Howie Roseman don't make no mistakes nowadays. Yeah, he got a track record that's not perfect, but lately he's been the greatest general manager in football. So if he makes the decision to cut Darius Slay to either one, move on with the younger guys and maybe possibly re-sign a younger Isaiah Rodgers to a more cap-friendly contract, or maybe go with a Keely Ringo that's on a rookie deal still and make those guys step up, or re-sign Darius Slay to another contract that's more cap-friendly. I think this is a good move, man. It's time to go younger. Darius Slay, he helped us go to 2 Super Bowls, 1 and 1. I think his time is up here if we can't agree to a better cap-friendly contract. I think we have better corners that showed in their playing time when Darius Slay was hurt, or those multiple various plays where he had to take off, that they could keep up. Or we're going to go in a new direction and maybe draft a young corner, or like I said, maybe let one of these young guys that's been waiting in the rings that Slay has been mentoring, to make them step up. And no, I don't think Cooper DeJean needs to go from the slot to outside corner. I love Coop in that slot position. I think he's just as valuable in the slot than if he went outside, to be honest. Don't mess up a good thing, man. We got good juju with Coop getting that pick 6 in the Super Bowl against Patty Mahomes. We got a good thing going with him, man. So we keep him in the slot. We got Quinyon ready to step up at cornerback 1 if Darius Slay is not re-signed. And we have an Isaiah Rodgers who could possibly sign back on a cap-friendly deal, or a Keely Ringo that's on a rookie deal that could step up, man. But priority number 1 is to bring back Zachbaun, man. All-pro linebacker who stepped up and stepped in, man. He showed out. He had a pick in the Super Bowl too, man. He stepped up in the biggest moments when we needed him most, man. He led the team in tackles. He should have been Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL. He got robbed. Pat Surtain is a great cornerback, but I think the impact that Zachbaun had on our defense, helping us become the number 1 defense in yards allowed and forced fumbles. He was a part of that, man. And he should have been Defensive Player of the Year, and I think he's going to get a lucrative contract, and I think he's going to be an Eagle for the foreseeable future. Zachbaun is priority number 1, man. And priority number 2 is mekhibecton on that offensive line, man. I know some of y'all thought I was going to say Milton Williams, who is a young stud, and I would love to have Milton Williams back, but you see what these defensive tackles is getting in the league nowadays. And we still got to sign that guy, Baby Rhino, Jalen Carter, in the coming years. We can't have all this money tied up in the defensive tackle position. So I think priority number 1 should be to re-sign Zachbaun. Priority number 2 is to get mekhibecton back at offensive guard, to keep this offensive line going, to keep this number 1 offensive line as the number 1 unit in the NFL. You see that we just re-signed Saquon Barkley, or should I say Shayshawn Barkley. He had 2 more years on his contract. We gave him another 2 years, another extension. Take that. A well-deserved contract extension already in the first year of his 3-year deal that he signed with us. We reward good players, man. And Howie Roseman is going to put the money where his mouth is and pay the players that deserve it most and that make the most sense, man. We appreciate Big Play Slay and everything he's gave to this organization in this city, man. Great person, great family, great story. He was well worth the 3rd and the 5th rounder that we traded for him 5 years ago. But we can't have big cap hits on older players, man. Darius Slay's in his early to mid-30s. We got young guys that's ready to step up, man. You know cornerbacks don't last long in this league. So you might as well cut bait with them now. Keep that money and go with your younger guys, man. We can't get personally attached to these players, man. Yeah, we love these players and they brought us a Super Bowl, but we got to do what's best for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I did not become a Philly sports fan to be a sports fan of one singular player, man. I am a fan of the Eagles, not of solely Big Play Slay. Yes, I'm a fan of Big Play Slay as a player of the Eagles, but we have to do what's best for this team financially. And what's best is releasing him as Howie Roseman did, and we see where we go from there. We had another release of a veteran cornerback that helped us get to where we at today. James Bradbury. He had to go. Yeah, he had that horrible holding penalty that was really a tic-tac foul, and I hate that he got crucified for that in the 2023 Super Bowl. But he was a veteran this year that led and helped mentor those rookies to the Super Bowl championship that we got today. So I respect James Bradbury. I respect the All-Pro year he had with us in the first Super Bowl we went to while he was here that we lost. But it was time for him to go too, saving more money on the cap to resign the Zachbaun and the mekhibectons. We may even get a Myles Garrett in the building if we trade and we need some cap room for his contract. You just never know, man. It's time for these older guys to move on and for these younger guys to step up and step in and show out, man. The Eagles are a young team. We have a young defense. We have a young offense. We have offensive players that's in their prime that's going to keep going. That's why I say you keep a mekhibecton to keep this offensive line intact so we can go for another 2,000-yard season, man. We got Saquon locked up. It was a genius move by Howie Roseman to lock Saquon up right now to get more cap room and cap space down the line. Don't be surprised. You heard it here first. If that Jalen Hurts extension not coming, man. He's the franchise quarterback. He's in his prime. He's 26 years old, man. He has a Super Bowl win, one Super Bowl loss that he played outstanding in, by the way. We might re-sign him to one of them, I don't know, one of them long-term deals. It might not be as long as the Patrick Mahomes deal, the 10-year deal, but it might be kind of close. If you sign these players to extensions earlier and front load the money, you have more cap space down the line in the future to re-sign these key guys, man. Like I said, soon we're going to have to start thinking about re-signing Jalen Carter, who's going to get a massive contract. He might get the biggest contract we ever seen for a defensive tackle in NFL history. We got to get ready for that, man. Where do you think this money going to come from? A.J. Brown already locked up. We take care of our players. Devontae Smith locked up for a few years. Where do you see two receivers getting good money? 25+ million a year. Both of them. Everybody taken care of. Running back. Got paid the most running back money in history. Quarterback, 50+ million a year, man. We do this, man, and we know how to treat the offseason and to get the best out of our players and out of our cap room, man. All hell to Howie Roseman, man. But what y'all think, man? If you're new to Talk That Talk PHL, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. What moves do y'all think we should prioritize this year, man? Is it Baun? Is it Milton Williams? Is it Josh Sweat? Is it mekhibecton? Let me know, man. It's Philly Fell, and I'm out.